Hello, welcome. I'm going to explain some of the iPhones I use throughout my career as testing devices, just go over them and go over some of the differences and show you them. So, the first iPhone I used in development is this iPhone 3G. I got this in Tokyo, Japan in around 2008, end of 2008. And I used this as a testing device. My second one I used is an iPhone 6, as you can see here. And I use this primarily in like 2014, 2015 for testing my apps. And my newest one is the iPhone X. And this phone I am currently using, and I use for testing and also for other operations. So I'll kind of explain the differences. As you can tell, I still have the original boxes for each of them. This one obviously is in 2008. So inside my box, I still have the old headset, but because it's been sitting for years, it kind of got gooey. So this one. So if we look at the iPhone 3G, it's pretty old. You can tell that it has a older operating systems. It's more glassy. Look at the icons. These are two apps that while I was in Japan that I programmed. Here, the Finger Pop and Snoopy 15. Right now, they are not functioning properly due to an OS update I did. But these are on my Apple iTunes account when I was in Japan, so I no longer have access to that. But you can tell the difference of the operating system. And if you look at the iPhone 6, which uses the latest operating system, you can tell a difference in the design. So the screen size is a lot bigger, and this has more of a flat design, much like the iPhone X. iPhone X has more of a flat design. So with these, you can able to see the icons. And they're not glossy. They don't look like they have 3D dimensional touch like the iPhone 3D. Now, one of the things is back in the day when I was developing for the 3G, is that the screen size it was just the 3G. There was no iPads, other iPhones. It was just this screen size. So you could design the app with these dimensions in mind when you were making it. You didn't have to consider different screen sizes, and there was no such thing as auto layout or anything like that. But as you can tell, the older operating systems had more of a glossy look, and later on you were able to have these folders. When I started, these folders didn't exist. You had to basically everything was on a screen, and you had you swipe on the screens. So these are the primary difference. Another big difference is the home button. On the iPhone 3G, it's just a regular button that takes you to home. There is no save states in this iOS, the older iOS. So when you hit the home button in these older ones, it killed the app. So the app would die. It's actually literally closing down the app. While as in the newer iPhones, if you were to open, let's say, some apps, let's just say the Walmart app, and then this app here, stupid things. Okay, so anyways, as you can see, you have this folder and you have these apps running in the background. Whereas in this one here, if you would to open an app, let's say the clock, and I were to kill it, and let's say open now the settings app, for example, there's no way to open them to have multiple apps in the background. So this is definitely a newer feature. Also, what changed is when they changed the iPhones or the iOS 7, they changed it from this glossy design to a flat design, and when they jumped from the new iPhone X, they removed the button, and this button has no sensor. This one has a finger sensor. You have some other things in the operating system which you don't have in this. So I can even like look at the music file app if I could find it here. So here's like the iPod, right? iTunes Music or iPod, right? iPod Music. You can see the difference already in them. I have no music here, but you can see definitely the difference in the operating system already. Alright, so if you go on iTunes, it's literally iTunes where you download the music, whereas this is taking a while, which no service. Anyways, just connect. As I said, I don't have service on this. And it's a little rough, hard to use, but these are some of the differences, and you can even see the changes in the boxes. The old one was a black box, and the new ones are a white box when they came out. And this one uses all gestures now, and it's replaced the finger touch ID to the Face ID. This has no ID. You could, if you remember correctly, there's no ID. This is just a simple old school, home button, auto lock. That just passcode, right? No, nothing else, nothing really fancy to this. So these are some of the differences, and since the changes in times to develop these, you have to do things differently. Like this one, simple screen. You know your dimensions. Easy to make an app based on those dimensions. These newer ones, because they had multiple dimensions now, you have to use things like auto layout to design the apps and to build them up, and they are different in their respected boxes. This one's, as you can tell, the iPhone 6 is much thinner than the X and the 3G, but considering that the 3G is kind of old, ancient, but I mean, for what it was, I mean, you had a headphone jack here, on top, your power button, the camera here, no front-facing camera on this one, but I mean, it's really innovative for the time, and well, now we all know what these newer ones are more like, and we all have, probably most of us have experienced an iPhone, especially the newer ones, maybe not so much in the older ones, and we are very familiar with this now as the technology has matured and become saturated. And well, these are the iPhone devices that I used for testing. Now I primarily use the X for testing, and this one is I just hang on for nostalgic reasons. And well, that's that. So thank you for watching this video. All right.